All right, I'm gonna take the stress off of you right now because I want you to stop focusing on monetization and 4,000 watch hours. Just stop right now, okay? Because you're putting a lot of stress on yourself when you don't have to. Because if you do what I'm about to share with you, that stuff will happen and it'll probably be, 5 or 10 times better than YouTube monetization. I'll share a story with you on how I did that on another business that I own, still own, Brand Creators, and how that went from no money for months to where we ended up turning that into a 7-figure brand. Okay? All from what I'm about to share with you. All right? So a lot of times when people are starting, they're only focusing on getting to monetization. Like that's the victory. Don't get me wrong. It's a great little victory. It's okay. I've done it. I've gotten 1,000 subscribers. I've got 4,000 watch hours and YouTube baby is going to pay me the big bucks. No, they're not. We started this new channel. Let's see, we're talking almost 4 months ago. It took us 89 days to get to monetization, which was great. Okay. But right now to date, we're almost at a month since we've been monetized, about $270. Whoopee! What are we going to do with that, right? It's not going to retire us, right? It's not going to make us to where we can, just do this full time. All right. But it's a start. It's a sign, things are working. We're getting some views. We're getting some attention. Okay. But there's so much more that we can do with this channel than just what's in the monetization side. And so I really want this video to be a wake-up call for you to take the pressure off of you, but also start focusing on something else. And then I promise you that the results on the back end can be so much bigger, okay? And it's less pressure to get to monetization, all right? So I get it. You wanna start making money on your YouTube channel. I get it. We all do. Okay. But if we do this, we are going to be able to allow ourselves to serve an audience that will ask how they can pay you. Like, how can I pay you? That's what you're going to have people asking you that. Not YouTube. Okay. It's your audience actually saying like, hey, is there anything I can buy from you? Seriously, it happens. All right. And when that happens, like, okay, this is going to be good. We're on the right track. Okay. So it starts with not focusing on that. I know it's hard, but just don't focus on the money right now. Like get that out of your way. Now, if you are only in this for the money, that's going to be hard because every day you're like, when am I going to get to making some money? Like, this is why I'm doing what I'm doing. You'll get there. But if you can pause that for a second, like put that over here on the shelf and say, all right, that's part of this process. This is part of this journey. But right now, that's not the phase I'm working on. The phase that you should be working on is the audience phase, like the audience build. And if you're able to focus there and take the weight off of you about trying to monetize, trying to get to money, trying to figure out a way to go viral, like all of that stuff. And all you do is you show up and you try to serve the market is going to grow. The audience is going to grow, I should say, in your market. Okay, it's going to grow. And so when that starts to grow, all of the other things that come along with making money are going to be so much easier. So much easier. Like I said, people are going to say, hey, is there a link you have for that tool that you're using? I want to buy through your link because I know that you get a commission and I want to pay you. It happens. It happens to us. So that's when you know that you're on the right track. So how do you do this? You know that if you're doing this to build a business and not just get to monetization on YouTube, then you're going to put in the time and you're going to put in the reps. It's all about putting in the reps before you actually see the money. Let me say that again. It's all about putting in the reps before you see the money. Okay? It's like you're digging the well before you're thirsty. If you've never heard of that before, you just did. That's a good one. You might want to write that one down. Dig the well before you're thirsty. If you're thirsty, guess what? You're going to be just doing things that you normally wouldn't do because you're thirsty as hell. All right? Don't worry about making the money or getting the water yet. You're digging the well so you can drink in the future, okay? So, again, how do you do this? You have to, number one, be in it for the right reason. If you know your why you're doing this, and again, I am not saying it's got to be like earth-shattering, like you're changing the world. It could be you're helping someone win a largest tomato contest because they're an extreme tomato grower. I know that's an extreme scenario, but I wanted to kind of throw something out there. And this person's like into this stuff. There's so many niches out there that people are like just so into that niche. I'll give you an example. Ham radio people, right? Like I have a brother-in-law who's into ham radio. I don't get it. But they're meeting up and they're doing all these things and they're connecting. And if someone was further along that line and they're going to help you with ham radioing and Morse coding, even does some of that, like learning all that stuff, and someone would pay money or they would want to buy the ham radio that you're using, that turns into money. Okay, but it starts by helping that person where they are starting from, and then you're helping them because you've already been there, you've already done it. You're going to help them avoid some of these potholes, some of these obstacles that they're going to be facing. All right? So I want you to shift your mindset for a second, and I want you to think to yourself, all right, I'm just going to show up and see how I can help someone today. This video right now, I'm shooting in not a really well-lit room. I have a light here that's okay, it's working okay, but this isn't my ideal situation. But I'm doing it because this is the time that I have allotted to record a video. I asked myself, how can I help someone today? And the question that I'm answering here and the thing that I'm going to help someone with, hopefully you, is taking the pressure off of monetization. The 4,000 hours, they'll come. They're going to come because you're going to keep creating content that's going to be serving the market and the niche. And when you do that, people are going to be visiting and they're going to be viewing and they're going to view longer. Like if you're shooting videos right now that are under 8 minutes, I'm going to recommend you shoot longer videos. Because people that are in your niche, that are into ham radios or that are into tomato growing, they're going to sit and listen for 8 minutes, 10 minutes, an hour. And guess what? That watch hour, it just happens. Because now you get people watching longer and you get more loyal fans. There was an article written by Kevin Kelly, I believe that's his name, True 1000 Fans. I'll link that up in the description. Definitely take a minute to read that because it basically says if you just focus on building your audience to 1,000 true fans, you'll pretty much be okay financially. And I believe that. And that's kind of what I've been living by for the last, 20 years. And it served me pretty well. All right. So that's where I would start. Now, with that being said, it is important that you put out the right message and you attract the right people by having really good titles and really good hooks, okay? So what I've done is I put together 10 of my best titles over the last, probably 5 years, because I kind of wanted to use the ones that have been working recently, and I put them into a video where I walk you through exactly how they work and how you can use them in your YouTube titles and in your videos. If you want to watch that video, I'm going to put it right here. You can go ahead and click on that. I will see you over there if you decide to click on that, and I'll show you all about how to create titles that's going to attract your ideal audience so you can do exactly what we just said here today. Watch that video next, and I'll see you there.